On this episode of 17, keep them counting.
Budgeting for 19 people in our family is not an easy task.
We get them for $1.50. We've probably been making our own laundry soap now for over a year. We save lots of money.
Time to push the tree down.
That's still like getting paid $100 an hour in energy savings.
Those look like brand new boots.
Ew.
Even the duct tape.
Wow, we have 11 cards. $1,959.91.
Wow.
Bye-bye.
This is the story of my family. That's me. I'm Michelle. There's Jim Bob, my wonderful husband, and our children. Josh, Jana, John David, Jill, Jessa, Ginger, Joseph, Josiah, Joanna, Jedediah, Jeremiah, Jason, James, Justin, Jackson, Johanna, and Jennifer. If you lost count, that's 17 in all. And I delivered every one of them. There's also one more on the way.
We are not a typical family.
And it's not just because of our enormous size.
We have very conservative values.
Our children watch very little television, and we closely monitor their access to the internet, among other things.
As for school, that happens around the dining room table.
To make ends meet, we own several commercial properties that we rent out.
Even though we're 9 times the size of an average family, we somehow make it all work.
Budgeting for 19 people in our family is not an easy task. It takes creativity and a lot of work.
Jedediah, will you please gather all the laundry throughout the house?
We are going shoe shopping today. A few of my boys' shoes fell apart, and so we've got to go find some shoes. Jedediah is hoping to find some cowboy boots because the whole bottom of his boot fell off. And so we'll go to the thrift shop and see what we can find today.
An average family, they usually go out to the mall and get all this expensive clothes and shoes. But my family, we just go to the thrift store.
Why is it important for your family to save money?
Why it's important for our family to save money is... it's important for all people to save money.
We don't find everything today, we'll go back and try another day and keep shopping until we can get new shoes for all the boys. Wow, Joy. You did a good job. Those look like brand new boots.
Ew.
Even the duct tape. Let's go. When we went shoe shopping, I was about 8 weeks pregnant at that time, and I was nauseous. And that's pretty much how I always am at the beginning of the pregnancy, and it's usually throughout the day, all day long. Okay. Well, what do you know? We have a stowaway. Johanna, you get to stay with Daddy right now, sweetie.
Anna, you think you're going?
Yes, just
you going bye-bye?
You get to stay with Daddy and baby Jennifer.
Okay. Let's go, Daddy. Let's go.
She thought she was going to go bye-bye. It's a hard thing to learn. Here, give her her baby doll. Let her take her baby. Okay, listen, boys. Listen. Mom's going to have a pep talk on the way. I do not want you guys being silly. Cute.
Does it bother you that you have to buy used shoes as opposed to new shoes?
Sometimes there are, it's kind of hard to find the right size for your shoes, but if you find a good place that has it well stocked, then you can find your size pretty good in the style you like.
Ah, those light up. I would imagine that probably being homeschooled has something to do with the peer pressure aspect of not feeling like they have to measure up to their peers, with their fads and the clothing and that sort of thing.
It never grosses me out about wearing other people's clothes. Sometimes if it's kind of out of style, it doesn't, look too good. It looks, like a 50s style or something like that. That kind of grosses me out.
Yeah. All right. And I want you to go ahead and have that. I want you to sit down.
Right now we are getting some shoes. Just ran over my foot.
You guys would enjoy that. James Andrew, you can't do that. No. I think it's always a challenge taking care of little boys, whether you're pregnant or not. Jackson, put the toys back in the box. They have tons of energy. So most definitely when you're more tired and you don't feel well, it's a challenge to just keep up with life in general. Justin, Samuel, come here right now. We know that we're not supposed to ride bicycles in a store, right? That's for outside. What I always say to my children is, it's a privilege to get to go shopping, or it's a privilege to get to be up playing around. It's not a right. We don't have the right to do these things. And so earning that right to play and be a part of the games or whatever, you have to have the right behavior. We'll get through one way or the other. Help us with the shoes. Help us put the shoes up.
I'd say maybe around 30.
About 30 pair. Guesstimating.
One of the ways our family saves money is we make our own soap.
About 10 years ago, we bought this property here. I think I've got full bars here right now.
One of the ways our family saves money is we make our own soap. You start out by grinding a bar of soap, and then you melt that down and add the washing soda and borax and add it to a 5-gallon bucket of water, and then dilute that again with it'll make 10 gallons.
For $3, we can make enough laundry soap for our size family to last for about 2 months. Some friends shared the recipe with us, and we've probably been making our own laundry soap now for over a year. We save lots of money.
You want it to melt but not boil over, and you have to stay right with it, otherwise it will.
You have to boil this?
Just until there's no chunks, and you have to stay right with it, otherwise it'll boil right over. So you have to practically stir it the whole time until it starts bubbling up.
I think it's about the best way to do it.
Then you have to fill up the whole 5-gallon bucket with hot water and let it sit overnight. And then whenever you go to pour it into your dispensers, fill your dispenser half full, and then fill the rest away with water.
How is it possible that you're debt-free with so many kids?
I guess the question, you're asking, how can we make it without debt? My question is, how do people make it with debt? When you have to pay 10 to 15 to 20% more for everything you pay, it's easy at first living on debt, but after a while it catches up with you.
Probably the reason a lot of young people go into debt is because they want what they see their parents have or their peers have, and they want it right now.
I have about $4 grand in debt.
I owe my parents money. I have a car that I just bought that I can't afford.
Student loans are like $12,000, something like that.
I actually just got a credit card which has 0% interest on it until June of 2009, just so I can pay off my other credit card.
We have no debt. Back several years ago, we purposed to get out of debt and stay out of debt. And so when we look for something, we save and pay cash for it, which means a lot of times we buy things used.
And it makes you be a lot more careful in how you spend and more creative about what you're going to, buy.